We are live.
Welcome, everybody, to the Somerville Licensing Commission for January 21st, 2025. Start time is 6 p.m. I'm Chair and Commissioner Joe Lynch. To my left is Commissioner Jack Thomas. To my right is Commissioner Chris Allen. Also joining us is Manager of Operations for the City Clerk's Office, Michael Portier. Also joining us remotely is Lieutenant Tim Mitsakis, our liaison to the Somerville Police Department, and Captain Richardson from the Somerville Fire Department. We do not anticipate any other city staff. Pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2023, this meeting of the Licensing Commission may be conducted via remote participation. We will post an audio recording, audio-video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive record of these proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting on the City of Somerville website. Happy New Year, Commissioners, members of the audience, remote participants. First item on the agenda are the minutes, acceptance of the minutes of the regular Licensing Commission meeting of 11/19/24. Gentlemen, any questions, comments, or edits? Seeing none, Commissioner Thomas would like to
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. At the chair's request, I requested this licensing operations manager to convey a status update of the 2024 Licensing Commission activity. Gentlemen, under our guidance, we have approximately 300 active licenses running the range from restaurants to alcohol to cannabis to liquor stores. This is just a recap for our information. It's purely a communications. Thank you to all the work that the City Clerk's Office did for all the renewals for 2025. Any questions about these?
No.
No.
Communication received, placed on file. Item number 3 is a communication from the Alcoholic Beverage Control Commission regarding notice of suspension for SKNM Core DBA Teal Square Liquors, 1119 Broadway, Somerville, for a period of 13 days, of which 5 days will be served and 8 days will be held in abeyance for a period of 2 years, providing no further violations of Chapter 138 or Commission regulations are found by the ABCC. The suspension will begin on Monday, February 24th, 2025, and end on Friday, February 28th, 2025. Communication from the ABCC. Any questions? Seeing none, placed on file. Item number 4, communication regarding license non-renewal. These are for, Michael, if I could ask for interpretation, this is the end of the review by the City Clerk's Office for the non-renewals.
Mr. Chair, through you, Michael Potier, Licensing Operations Manager. This was a non-renewal based on a failure to renew the food license for this establishment. They were shut down by our Inspectional Services Department. Just as a point of clarification, this is an existing CV who had an all forms alcohol license approved by this commission, and their application is still pending with the ABCC. So as of right now, they are not operating.
Is the institution closed completely?
I don't have personal knowledge of that. My understanding is that ISD did close these establishments down.
Okay, if you could, via email, if you could just send us any communication you have from ISD.
Absolutely.
Concerning the closure. Thank you. That's communication placed on file. Item number 5 is a communication from Police Lieutenant Timothy Mitsakis regarding complaints received about Galwagon Inc. DBA The Burn, 247 Elm Street, license number as described. Do we have Lieutenant Mitsakis to give us a brief before we recommend action?
Good evening.
Lieutenant Mitsakis, go ahead. We've got the backup data.
We had an incident on the 10th of January. A fight that happened in the back of the burn. It was 2 individuals. One bumped the other. Beer bottles had a beer bottle smashed over the other's head, and there was an arrest made. Both parties said that it was extremely crowded, and they ended up bumping into each other. Words were exchanged, and the beer bottle incident brought it to another level. It's I provided 2 years of calls of service to the establishment for the commission to review. And that's it from me on my end. If you have any questions, go ahead, please.
Okay, this occurred at 11:39 PM according to the officer involved.
Correct, that's when we got the 911 call.
And when you say the back of the barn, this was an internal,
Correct, in the back of the burn is another
the back
part
room.
of it, the back room, which is where the crowds, it gets crowded just as much as the front. That's where the altercation took place.
Did the injured party seek hospitalization?
Yes, both parties went to the hospital, one for the injury to his hand that involved the broken glass over the other's individual's head.
Thank you very much. Lieutenant Matsakis, is this case still under review by the Somerville Police Department?
No, the arrest was made, there was an arrest made on it. It just has to go to, it will have to go in front of the judge for any regarding, but disciplinary action will happen to the person that was arrested. If he'll do any jail time or anything like that, we don't know yet.
Okay, before I turn it over to the other commissioners with any questions, anything else you want to put in front of us? We have the complete report, the redacted report. Anything else? Lieutenant Matsakis, this list of calls to 247 Elm Street,
Yes,
there are approximately 97 calls over a 1-year period,
2 years.
2-year period.
Yep, I went back to January of 23, and I brought it up to this incident.
Okay, Commissioner Allen, any questions of Lieutenant Matsakis?
Was there any indicator that the assailant was over intoxicated?
From the reports, the officers didn't state too much, but my understanding was I wasn't.
If this is Lieutenant Matsakis, if this is going to court, I think we need to be careful.
Yeah, I can't say, regarding how much they had to drink. I have no idea on that. The only-
Understood, thank you.
Yep.
Do we know if the burn was actually keeping count of patrons in the restaurant or patrons in the bar? And if they were at or over capacity?
we've not interviewed them and asked them, no.
Understood, thank you. No further questions.
Commissioner Thomas?
No questions. Sure.
Okay, it would be, Michael, do we have any other documentation that we need to be aware of before we move ahead?
Mr. Chair, through you, just previously communicated to the commission ABCC disciplinary recommendation that was imposed upon the burn. It was originally imposed as a suspension. The burn then appealed it effectively and requested a fine that was approved by the ABCC. In my recollection is it was around $35,000. That was earlier this year imposed.
Okay, and additional action that this commission took was to assign during the holidays of 24 into 25. We have them procure police officers for certain hours during those holiday weekends.
Mr.
So
Chair,
that was us bolstering the fact that they had been found guilty by the ABCC of certain infractions. Okay, so we have historical data that there's something off at the burn.
Do we know if any of those details were filled actually during the holiday period?
Lieutenant Matsakis, the question is, were any of those details filled?
Unfortunately, I don't think we had anyone filled because of the time frame, 10 to 2 a.m. and also the holiday season. With the manpower shortage, we ran into the issue of not filling it.
Okay, I could answer this question by looking at the data, but were there any calls for service during those timeframes over the holidays of 24 into 25?
There was a couple of medicals. There was a fight, which just falls under the 10th. I apologize, and just a couple of sick person calls, which could have been from excessive alcohol. A couple of the medicals. And an assist on November 30th. I just don't know exactly what that was for, but There was good, about 7 or 8 calls prior, during that time frame.
Okay, anything else, Lieutenant Matakis?
No, the only thing, go back, I apologize regarding, I can't say anything about the amount of alcohol, but the defendant and the stated that they went from one liquor establishment to the burn that night, so they were bar hopping around. So I'm assuming they did have alcohol at a different establishment. Then they ended up at the burn around 11 PM, they stated, which is in the report. You can see it.
I got it. Thank you.
Yep.
Commissioners, any other questions? All right, I'm gonna make a motion that we notify Galwagon Inc., DBA The Barn, of a show cause hearing in front of the Somerville Licensing Commission to amend, suspend, or revoke the alcoholic beverages license. Michael, we'll take care of that. You let us know when the hearing is.
Mr. Chair, through you, that sounds
Okay.
good.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Thank you very much. Item number 6, communication from the chair regarding complaints received about Mike's Bar, Inc., DBA Mike's Bar, 97 Washington Street, license number attached. Gentlemen, this is the third time that I've been contacted by one of the city councilors about patron behavior at Mike's Bar down at 97 Washington Street. Also provided to me was video that the neighbor who was making the complaint to the city councilor provided. Without influencing your opinion tonight, it is my opinion that we also schedule a show cause hearing to amend, suspend, or revoke the license for Mike's. Everybody gets a chance to plead when they're in front of us. So without any more backup information, I'm just gonna make that motion.
I'll second that.
All those in favor?
Okay.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. One more communication. The commission is looking for a status report on the use of the all forms alcohol license for Teal Square Cafe, DBA The Basement, 1133B Broadway. Michael, is the applicant, license holder, or the representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see the applicant with a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Hi, my name is Binod Pradhan. I believe this is the first time I'm appearing in front of the chair, because in the past, all the hearings I've been having, Andrew Upton doing my speaking on my behalf due to some family emergencies that I've been doing and traveling a lot. But I just wanted to give the chair the update what's actually is happening. I'm not asking any more extensions if the chair feels like this is taking too long. So basically, I have looked at all my options. This license was supposed to go in the basement. We had some issue with the ADA compliance. Then I requested if I could find other locations. I'm not been successful with that. What I mean by that is something that interests me has come about. But recently, what has happened is in the same building, the laundromat is looking to move out. And I'm in the process of seeing what I can do to keep the license within the building. So if you were to ask me how long do I need, actually, the one of the owners are out of the country, will be back on February 5th. I would say in 2 months, if I don't show any interest, if I don't show any interest in the location, then I would like to give the license back if things doesn't work out with the current tenants. So I'm trying to move few things around to make it work. And if it doesn't work, I will know within 2 months. So I would not want any more extensions besides these 2 months. And I would be happy to hand back the license to the city.
Okay, Mr. Prudhomme, who's the attorney that's been representing you for the last 2 years?
Andrew Upton?
Mr. Upton himself? Upton
Yes.
Connell? Yeah, okay.
Yes. So
Okay.
if you were to, yeah, sorry to interrupt you. So what
That's
has
all right.
changed?
Michael, hold
Yeah.
on one second, Mr. Prudhomme. Michael, what is the date of the issuance of this license for the cellar, for the basement? Do we know?
Date of issuance?
Yes, they came before the licensing commission sometime in 2020 or 2021? Binosh, when did you acquire this license?
To be honest, I'm not sure, but it's something, it happened somewhere on that area. The one that you just mentioned, somewhere on that area.
Okay, so you've been working on the proposal. You ran into some problems with ADA compliance. They wanted you to put an elevator in. You went back to the Massachusetts Architectural Review Board to try to get relief. That held it up for another year. Your attorney has been in front of this commission for almost 3 years. And you've come back to us again with another story telling us that there may be another opportunity to utilize the private license in the same location.
Yes,
that-
so
I
so
understand
basically,
that correctly?
so I'll explain to you the structure. So basically, I'm in touch with the liquor store owner. As you know, that he's been suspended. I didn't even know he was got suspended. So basically, what I'm looking to do was to move the liquor store towards the laundromat and move the laundromat towards the liquor store side. That way, the space that the liquor store has, it has a storage space, which is the space that I'm looking to operate initially is right below. So if I get that storage space from the liquor store, I can build a ADA lift from that storage space to go down. I had no other ways to put an elevator, so that was my thing. But just recently, the owner of the business from the laundromat contacted me saying that she's looking to either sell or move out. So that's why I have this last thing that might work. So the owner of the liquor store, one of the owners of the liquor store, is in India. He's coming back on February 5th, and I'm trying to see if we can work a deal out to move things around to build that elevator to go down. It's like a basic. It's not an elevator. It's basically an ADA compliant left to bring it down from the storage space of the liquor store. That's my last thing. And if they are willing to work and shuffle things around, then I'll be able to open. If not, then I'm looking to pass on this.
Okay. Mr. Pradhan, you do realize what we're looking at now is you're rearranging the decks on the Titanic here. It's been 2.5 years. We've advised your attorney in the past that we cannot allow you to pocket the license. So you've been denied by the Architectural Review Board. You've come back in front of us pleading for probably 2 more months until the March hearing. I'm just going to put those statements out there and let the other 2 commissioners weigh in on this. So the first time you came in was on March 16th, 2022 to plead for a continuance. Commissioner Allen.
The thing I flagged too is I believe at the October 24 meeting, your representation, I believe, said that this would be, again, the last time they were coming before us looking for a renewal. And I believe the expectation was, and I'd have to go back to the minutes to be sure, but I believe the expectation was that we would see either a signed lease or a letter of intent, something concrete to action at this meeting. And we're not getting that. And again, we're just getting possibilities. I think the time frame that we've been given, or that you've been given, is more than reasonable for this. I don't see a strong need to extend further.
All set?
Yep.
Commissioner Thomas.
What Commissioner Allen just mentioned is exactly what I had written down is, no current written contract on record to date. It's been exactly what Commissioner Allen just mentioned, so I would piggyback on his words. Mr. Chair, pass it back to you.
Thank you. Michael, if you could you go back in and look at the minutes? Your recall was November that someone from Upton, Cornell, and Douglas appeared in front of us and gave us that representation.
I don't believe that they represented it. I believe, and again, we can check the minutes. I believe what I had said I would expect to see the next time they were before us was a signed lease or a letter of intent.
You did, but what I'm looking for is the attorney's response. And the attorney, I can almost clearly recall saying if they did not have a deal in place in January, they would turn the license back in.
Yeah.
Mr. Pradhan, is the law firm of Andrew Upton still representing you, or have you terminated with them?
It's not that I have terminated, but this time I wanted to appear myself, and
Thank
I
you.
know. Yep.
Okay. Do we have that in the November minutes? And I don't believe it was Attorney Upton who appeared in front of us. It was one of his associates.
Give me one moment, Mr. Chair. Apologies for the delay. I'm just trying to find the.
Yeah, the date of the February licensing hearing.
The next one coming up?
Yeah.
Yes, I
I
do.
have the October minutes, Mr. Chair. It was Attorney Tyler Hensler.
Thank you.
And I have in the minutes, Mr. Chair, just reading from them directly, Attorney Tyler Hensler said that the licensee would either come back to the commission with concrete plans or else return the license to the city at January.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, through you, further point of clarification, I was able to find the minutes from the meeting where this license transfer was initially approved. That was November 21st, 2016.
2016.
That's correct, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Pradhan, does that ring a bell that you bought this private license in 2016?
No, I don't think so. It's 2016.
Mr. Chair, through you, just to clarify the information that I have, Teal Square Cafe, DBA, the basement, 1133B Broadway, requesting approval of a transfer of an all forms alcohol license from La Hacienda at 46 Medford Street, which was approved on November 21st, 2016.
Mr. Pradhan, does that ring a bell that you bought this private license from La Hacienda in 2016?
I remember buying the license, but that was never transferred to us because there was some issue when La Hacienda, when we did the transfer, there was an error in the addresses and was never approved by the ABCC. I when
Yeah,
I
no,
got it,
I was looking, I'm sorry, I was looking for the date that you appeared and we approved. So in 2016, our records are showing that either you or your representative appeared in front of this licensing commission in 2016 and were granted that license. We're now in 2025 and the license has not been used since. And we've explained it to your representative and I'll explain it to you again. This commission under ABCC rules cannot allow for the pocketing of any license. So
No.
I think, I'm sorry, I think you can tell by our tone is that continuing these and continuing these and continuing these is not our preference.
I'm not gonna deny, and I'm not gonna. I will be happy to whatever decision you guys make, because I appreciate you guys have given me enough time. This is something that I was not even planning to even appear and say, give me more time. This has just happened recently because of the laundromat. But like I said, like you guys have mentioned, you have given enough time, so I'll be happy to return the license to the city. And in the future, if I need one, I'll appeal. I'll ask for one, but I at this point I would not want to ask any more time. But that's fine. I'm happy to return the license.
Thank you. Mr. Pradhan, can you have something in writing to us by February 18th, which is the next licensing commission hearing? Either a lease or some type of a document that we can see that you're making a move to this new location for the basement?
Definitely, like I said, I'm also at a point where I'm ashamed in front of the board to even come and ask this month to months, definitely, because I will know within February 5th, I have a meeting with the owners. If they allow me to shuffle things around, it's gonna happen. If not, I would not even want to be in front of begging for more time. But I really appreciate you guys for all these extensions that you have given. And like Chair said, yes, I will definitely write a letter saying that if I do not get a solid, some sort of a lease or documentation together, I'm very happy to return back so other people
Okay.
can, have this license and do business.
Okay. Commissioners, 1 month. Appear in February with some written document that gives us hope that you're actually going to execute and start utilizing the license. And for me, the other commissioners can speak their turn. February is the due date, February 18th. If we have nothing, we're gonna revoke the license.
Mr. Chair, through you, point of clarification, is this a simple continuance or a show cause hearing for the?
This will be a simple continuance until February 18th, with the understanding that if anyone appears in front of us on the 18th asking for a continuance, it'll be my intention to revoke the license. Commissioner Allen,
I think that's reasonable.
Commissioner Thomas.
Second that.
Let's continue this case until February 18th with the understanding that the applicant or the license holder is to provide proof to this licensing commission that a deal is in the works. I don't know what you want to put on that, but Mr. Pradhan, 1 month.
I really appreciate the commissioners giving me this opportunity, but like I said, within this month, I will have a clear answer. Either I'm moving forward or not. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right,
Thank
we're
you.
going to take some items out of order here because we have folks waiting patiently in the chamber. First up would be item number 12, SHG Somerville Hotel LLC, DBA The Cambria, Boston, Somerville, 515 Somerville Ave, requesting the approval of a change of manager from Corey Lambert to Brendan Griffin. Mr. Griffin, if you could identify yourself for the record, please.
I'm Brendan Griffin.
And Brendan, your background in managing an alcoholic beverage license.
I've been in management of restaurants and hotels since 2003, with the same company.
And you've been employed by Cambria
Saunders.
Hotel Group. Okay. Commissioner Allen,
Did Mr. Lambert leave the company?
He did, yes.
No further questions.
Commissioner Thomas.
Welcome to the greatest city in the world.
Thank you very much.
Our communications manager.
Right.
Anything else?
No, no further questions.
Corey, how many years managing a license?
My side,
Yes.
this current
No, any alcoholic beverage license in the Commonwealth of Massachusetts.
probably 15 total.
Okay. Any disciplinary hearings conducted by the ABCC or the local licensing authorities?
No.
Thank you. Anything else? Commissioner Thomas would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second it?
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. I was just in your hotel this afternoon.
Oh, really?
Yep, I didn't see it, so we're napping. Congratulations. Thank you very much for coming up.
Thanks a lot.
Next item on the agenda is item number 14, stainless steel. Try to catch me. Stainless Steel Inc., DBA The Hollows, 248 Holland Street, Somerville, requesting approval of a transfer of a private all-form 7-day restaurant license from Rudy's Restaurant Inc., DBA Rudy's, and a common victualler license, entertainment by devices and Sunday hours. Proposed hours of operation: indoor, food and alcohol, Monday through Sunday, 11 to 1. Proposed number of seats, indoor seats, 73. Welcome. Recognize that face. If you could state your name for the record.
My name's Charlie.
Charlie, welcome. If you can have the other two attendees identify themselves for the record.
Good evening, Bridget Zerner.
Thank you very much. Okay, Charlie, will you be the manager of record for Rudy, the former Rudy's?
All three of us are sharing responsibilities for that, but.
Okay, manager of record for the alcoholic beverage,
Sure,
okay? Okay, any change of the number of seats indoors, or are you gonna maintain the same? Maintaining the same, okay? And Charlie, how many other alcoholic beverages in the city of Somerville do you manage?
Just one,
One, your own,
that Dragon Pizza.
Dragon Pizza. Commissioner Thomas, questions of the applicant?
Hi, Charlie. Any issues with accessibility in there over the years?
No, not that we're aware of. It seems to be already suited for accessibility on all.
Excellent.
measures, yeah. Restrooms, there's no steps coming in the front door.
No worries.
John, the previous owner, and Rob, the current owner, assured us that our architects as well, plans, everything is already accessible.
That's great. No further questions.
Thank you, Commissioner Allen.
No questions.
Is this a private sale? Are there any financial institutions involved?
No,
Pure cash sale or leaseback?
Yeah, cash sale.
Cash sale. Okay. Okay, any infraction for the current or the proposed managers of record, any infractions or violations in front of the ABCC or the local licensing authority?
No.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, anything else? Michael, all the paperwork's in order?
Mr.
Very well.
Chair, yes, absolutely.
Great. This is a public hearing. Do we have any email communications from anyone in favor or opposed to the applicant?
Mr. Chair, through you, no public comment was received on this item.
Okay, then let's go to the public. This is a public hearing. Are there any members of the public who wish to be heard on the application?
If you are a member of the public who would like to be heard on this item and you are in the Zoom lobby or here in the city council chambers, please go ahead and raise your hand or approach the podium. Mr. Chair, seeing no hands in the Zoom lobby and no one at the podium.
Seeing none, close that part of the public hearing. Any other questions before we have Commissioner Allen, who would like to make a
Motion to approve.
Second?
all those in favor?
Right?
Aye. You know you have big shoes to fill up there at Rudy's, right? You've been following the social media on this thing. I know you have. So congratulations, best wishes. If we can help you going forward, let us know.
Fantastic. Nice to see you again.
Great. Thank you very much. Thank you. Item number 15. Item number 15 is a request for the transfer of the license, all form 7-day restaurant license, private. This is for common victular and entertainment by devices, patrons, and performers. Item number 15, CSB Theaters, Inc., DBA Somerville Theater, 49 Davis Square, Somerville, requesting approval of the transfer of a private all-form 7-day restaurant license from Freeman Enterprises, Inc., DBA Somerville Theater, and a common victular license and entertainment by devices and patrons. Proposed hours of operation: indoor for alcohol service, Monday through Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m., Sunday, 12 p.m. to 1 a.m. Hours of operation: indoor for the food service, Monday through Sunday, 8 a.m. to 1 a.m. Proposed number of indoor seats, 1,523. This is a public hearing. Is the applicant present or their representative? Please identify yourself for the record.
Good evening, Attorney Ann Vigorita, 424 Broadway, Somerville, Massachusetts. I am here this evening representing CSP Theaters, Inc., which is in business as the Somerville Theater. Also, seated to my left, Ian Judge, John O'Leary, Jamie Metchin, and Ian Brownell. They are all members of the corporation, part of the new ownership team. But I was going to coin this phrase and say, well, it's like when the inmates were running the asylum, these folks. I mean, Ian has 23 years at the Somerville Theater with no violations. We don't often see that. I know I had clients coming to me today from a different municipality and multiples. I mean, it's something to be said. And this is the Somerville Theater where, you know, there's young kids with adults. They run it right. I mean, everyone here on the team has, I think Jamie's got 15 years, we've got like 20. They just speak for themselves. You know, Richard Freeman, who has been the owner for many, many years. You know, when he told me about this, I said, well, it makes complete sense. They know what they're doing. And I've been here before you on other transfers, and I say, well, everything's gonna stay the same, nothing's changing. I literally stand before you, nothing's changing, it's going to be status quo. Relative to the hours of operation, those were, adjusted at the suggestion of the city clerk's office because there was some confusion. So those are to allow for some earlier events, just so that they're not running in before the commission asking for changes and so forth. And the seats, the 1,523, that does include the crystal ball, which is above a lovely, lovely event space. So that being said, many of you, I'm assuming, the commission is probably very familiar with the Somerville Theater's operations. You know, they show movies, they have the best concessions around with the best prices, as we know. I mean, you know, you can go over to Assembly Row and it's drastically different. This is one of these places that you really do get a sense of community. You know, there's a letter from Ward 7 City Councilor Judy Neufeld. And, you know, I happened to mention it to her, and, you know, she was around with a great story. She had her wedding there. She knows Ian well, because their sons have the same name. It's just, you know, when I talked to Ward 6 Councilor Lance Davis, he called me right back because he was worried that something drastic was happening, and I reassured him it was fine. So, he did not send a letter, but he did want me to let the commission know that, you know, he fully supports this transfer. I know I did have a conversation with Jack Conley, former Ward 6 City Councilor, who, you know, adores the square, it's his home, and he fully supports it. I think there's some other letters that the commission did receive, District programs. You know, we can have a multitude of people who have their great stories about the Somerville here, but, you know, Ian will continue, that's why we're not here for a new liquor license manager. He's going to continue in the role that he's been doing great for 23 years, so, I don't see any changes there. They do, as an aside, I confirmed this, do 45 birthday parties still per month, you know, something to be said. We have young kids, it's not a lot of places that offer that. They do have a purchase and sale agreement, which the board was given. It's a cash deal, there's no financing, so and there's no budget license. Also, they do a lease that's 5 years with a 5-year, extension, but, you know, in anticipation, I had some conversations with Mr. Freeman. They just did it that way, but they fully, you know, they're not gonna pull the rug out from under these folks. They want them there for another 100 years. So, if the commission has any questions for myself or the team, please let me know, and I can answer.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas, questions of the applicant's representative?
Yeah, any plan changes or enhancements or at all?
That's what I did say, I literally is staying exactly the same. You know, these folks, Mr. Freeman, he's at retirement age and, you know, they come in, I think, you know, he's done his time at the theater, you know, he still owns the property. So he will be the landlord. These folks will be the owner, you know, of the business. So they'll be running it, and they've run it for over 20 years. So it's a nice opportunity to, you know, reward them in that fashion. You know, there's no plan changes at this time.
Perfect. Any challenges with accessibility over the years, being an older establishment?
They, you know, I know they opened the Crystal Ball, and that was a few years back. That's totally accessible. The theater hasn't had any issues
Right.
with accessibility. I know the fire department was out and gave them their gold star rating. So going forward, it should be fine.
Perfect. No further questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Allen.
I think you covered everything we normally ask, you know the drill.
I try. I try with not much sleep.
Fair enough. No further questions for the applicant.
Thank you very much. Well, I have the distinct honor of being the only one of the 3 commissioners ever to have performed on the Somerville theater stage.
Well,
That's a story for another time. You'll have to wait until my autobiography comes out. Watch the faces. Do you know why we have a letter of opposition from AMC Theaters Assembly Square? A little levity to break open the new year here, Michael.
Because I said that, you know, the concessions look like far better.
Well, the reason, and now I'm gonna have to explain it to AMC Theaters, who's here tonight for a change of manager, why I made that joke at their expense, but I've known Ian for all of my time since I was born here, but I left and then I came back, and I've known Ian ever since. I've known Richard Freeman and the Freeman Enterprises folks. They are gonna retain the Capitol Theater. So this is breaking up that Freeman Enterprises. Sorry, I used the wrong term.
So the Capitol Theater, we are working on, they have a beer and wine license of
Yes.
application, and we are working on a transfer within Arlington, but
Got it.
they're
Got it.
two separate leases,
Two separate municipalities has to be handled in two separate transactions.
You know, I didn't want to muddy the waters and confuse things. 'cause
No,
we haven't
I got it.
gotten-
I got it. We move faster than Arlington anyway, so. Okay, I have no further questions. Do your clients want to say something before we move into deliberation? Yep.
Hi, Ian Judge, and thank you for your consideration. Ann summed it up, but I just want to reassure you that the reason we are doing this isn't because we think we're gonna get rich. It's because we value the roles that these theaters play in the communities that we live in. Jamie and her family live in Arlington, Ian lives in Medford, Jay lives in Stonebridge, he grew up in Arlington, and I live in Somerville with my family, so we're doing this because they're important to us, and we know that they're important to the city, and we consider ourselves stewards of it. So that I just wanted to emphasize that, that's why we're doing this. We want to make sure that these theaters remain, what they are for the community. Thank you.
Thank you, Ian. And on behalf of myself, who's worked with a lot of nonprofits, a lot of organizations in the city, there is no better partner than the Somerville Theater. When we ask you as a community to do something, you're right there in the forefront. So how's business at the Crystal Ballroom? Everything going all right up there? Great. I have no other questions of the applicant, nothing else. This is a public hearing. Do we have any members of the public, other than what's been read into the record, letters of support from the two counselors, anything else?
If any members of the public wish to speak on this item and you're present in the city council chambers or in the Zoom lobby, please either approach the podium or raise your hand. Seeing none, Mr. Chair.
Seeing none, the chair would like to make a motion for approval.
Seconded.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All three commissioners in the affirmative. Congratulations, Team Somerville Theater.
Thank you.
Do you want to take a break and memorialize this for Ian? So that when he's ancient, he can look back at this day and say, those were my friends on the commission.
There's a video from you performing at the Somerville Theater. This is like a
Ian well remembers that night of the Scout Somerville, that's another day. Let's take 2-minute recess. I'd like Ian and his team to come on up.
Yeah.
Okay, back in session. Michael, item number
8, Mr. Chair.
Item number 8. These are applications for a special alcohol license from Warehouse 11 Sanborn Court, requesting approval of a special alcohol license for music at Warehouse 11 to be held indoors at 11 Sanborn Court on 1/22, 23, 25, 2/1, 2/2, 2/7, 2/16, 2/20, 2/26, from 6:30 PM to 11 PM. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see Peggy in the lobby. Peggy, if you're ready, you are unmuted on our end.
Hi, gentlemen. How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, Ms. Morrissey. If you could just identify yourself for the record,
Oh,
please.
sorry. Peggy Morrissey, Warehouse 11 Sanborn Court, Somerville.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas,
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Allen,
No questions.
Peggy, who's doing the booze? Oh, my God. Who's doing? Who's doing the serving for you on this one?
A tip certified bartender. She used to work at once. And MS Walker, we get our alcohol from them.
Thank you very much. Expected number of attendees on any one of these nights?
50, hopefully. It's dry January, so
All ticket sales?
yes, we have a promoter that does Crystal Ballroom and all those. Get me to the gig, and they do the promotions and the sales.
Great, thank you very much. Any other questions of the applicant? Commissioner Allen,
Make a motion to approve.
Second that?
all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Thank you, Peggy, congratulations.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. Good night. Thank you.
Welcome, good night. Item number 9. This is an existing all forms alcohol license. They're looking for a change of manager. Tamario, DBA Dolly Restaurant, 415 Washington Street, requesting approval of a change of manager. The current manager is Mario Leon, proposed manager, Aliyah Wali. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see the applicant. You are unmuted on our end.
Hear me?
There you go.
Okay, so this is the deal. Mario's been dead for 6 years, and every time I go to City Hall, this lovely lady says, "Oh, I'll take care of the changing it for you," and she emails somebody, and then every year I go down there, his name is still on there. So this lady's not there anymore, but now that I went down there, they're like, "Oh, you have to fill out this and get a hearing," and so this is where I'm at right now.
Aliyah, this is Commissioner Lynch. Can you recall the last time you were in front of us to do this exact same thing? Do you remember the year?
Well, so what I'm saying is that it never got to this point because the woman I talked to at City Hall said she would take care, like she'd write somebody and email
Yeah,
them.
no, Aliyah,
Yeah.
Aliyah, I distinctly remember, I think you did appear
I
in
did?
front of us. Yes, and you were attempting to do the very same thing, which was to remove Mr. Leon off of the license and place yourself on it.
I don't recall. I thought this was more like, I thought it was a COVID thing that I last saw you, but I don't remember honestly.
Okay, all right.
I thought it was like
Um,
it was like a patio thing. That's what I was talking to you. I just don't remember.
Okay, Michael, this is ringing a bell for me that there was an original application to remove Mr. Leon and to place Ms. Wally on there.
Mr. Chair, through you, I was able to locate an agenda item for this change from 2020. Mr. Chair, unfortunately, I can't speak to what happened. It was
Okay.
before my time, but I do see that there.
It was an agenda item.
Yes.
Yep.
It was continued and continued
Right, right.
and continued.
So you're saying I never showed
Then it
up
was
or
approved.
something?
Then it
Okay.
was approved.
And no, it was eventually approved, Aaliyah.
Then why is he still on there?
That is something that I'm gonna ask Michael to figure out. Because this is kind of embarrassing. I recall it from 4 years ago,
Okay.
that there was a snafu with removing Mr. Leon's name. We're gonna approve it again tonight, Michael, just to dot the i's, but if you could follow up
I'm sorry I
tomorrow.
don't remember this. I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, through you, this was at the height of the pandemic in April of 2020. Apologies to the applicant for this,
Okay.
the cracks.
All right, Ms. Wally, we need nothing further. We're going to approve this tonight, and then Michael will follow up with you in the coming days.
All right, thanks. Bye-bye. Thank you.
All right, hold on. Make a motion to approve.
Just for the record, I'm gonna recuse myself as an abutter.
Okay,
I do have a quick question. Was there a death certificate?
Yes.
For this, perfect.
yeah, in order to remove him from the license,
Yes,
there has to be.
Second,
Okay, all those in favor?
aye.
Aye. The 2 approval, 1 abstention. One recusal. Motion passes. Michael, can you just follow up with her again? Okay. Thank you very much. Item number 10,
Thank you.
Somerville Sports Club, Inc., DBA Somerville Sports Club, 203 Somerville Ave, requesting approval of a change of manager. The current manager is Fernando Sousa. Proposed manager is Joseph Vasconcelos. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see the applicant. You are unmuted on our end.
Good evening, Commissioners. My name is Joe Vasconcelos of the Somerville Sports Club. Asking to be the new manager because Mr. Fernando Sousa passed away July 5th of 2023. There had been attempts to make changes within since he passed away, but unfortunately, the other person that was in line to be the bar manager passed away also.
Mr. Vasconcelos, our sympathies to you. I know it's a small club and you guys are very tight down there. Joe, you were previously the treasurer of the organization. Have I got that right?
I am currently the treasurer of the organization. I have also come before the commission for another organization that I belong to that has another Portuguese organization, which we have our annual Holy Ghost feast every July. So it's not the first time I've been before the commission.
Right. Are you the manager of record now for only for the Somerville Sports Club?
That is correct.
Okay. He usually comes in on a special alcohol license and the other stuff. Okay, thank you, Joe. I have no other questions. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Commissioner Allen.
Just to confirm, you're already familiar with or need to purchase your alcohol from a licensed distributor?
Yes.
Good stuff. No further questions.
No other questions from me, Joe. How's everything? All right?
Taking it one day at a time, Mr.
Very
Chairman, one
good.
day at a time.
Very good. Commissioner Allen would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, Joe. Thanks for coming in.
Have a great new year.
Thank you, you too.
Bye.
Item number 11, I'm gonna get in trouble on this one. American Multi-Cinema, Inc., DBA AMC Theater, Assembly Road, 12, 395 Artisan Way, requesting approval of a change of manager. The current manager is Daniel Shepard. The proposed manager is Michelle Powers. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do see a hand raised. You are unmuted on our end.
Hello, my name is Brianna Bergsma. I'm the Senior Coordinator of Alcohol Licensing for AMC Theaters. We are here to request a change in manager for the AMC Assembly Road 12 location from the current manager, Daniel Shepard, to Michelle Powers, due to Daniel Shepard relocating to another theater. There are going to be no other property or operational changes, and I have Michelle Powers on the call to answer any questions you may have.
Brianna, thank you very much. Commissioner Allen.
Michelle, could you give us a little bit of your experience in the industry?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Hold on, Michelle.
Michelle, you are unmuted on our end. Apologies for that.
No, that's fine. Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So I've been with AMC Theaters for about 26 years. The last 10 years, I have worked in locations with bars. In the last 7, almost 8 years, I was the general manager of the Tingsboro location with a bar in it.
Cool. While you were the general manager of that location, did you have any issues with the ABCC or the local licensing authority?
No, we did not.
Great. No further questions.
Thank you very much. Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much to both Brianna and Michelle. I hope you understood my levity in the earlier application with the oldest theater in Somerville. I think they enjoyed it. Hopefully you did too.
No
Yes,
worries.
don't worry. We got a kick out of it. Thank you.
Great. If there are no further questions, Michelle, 26 years being the manager of record for a liquor license.
7 years being the manager on record, 10 years working within it, but 26 years with the company.
Thank you very much. I have no other questions. Commissioner Thomas would like to
Make a motion to approve.
Seconded.
all those in favor?
Aye.
All 3 commissioners in the affirmative. Thank you very much. Brianna, thank you. Michelle, good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Item number 13, Bow Street Charm Corps, DBA Fuki Japanese Cuisine, 16 Bow Street, requesting approval of a change of manager. Current manager is Kina Chen. Proposed manager Chulong Zhang. Is the applicant present?
Mr. Chair, through you, I do not see the applicant. If I'm mistaken and you're the applicant for this item, please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby.
There any phone numbers up there? No.
Mr. Chair, through you, no phone numbers and no communications from anyone having difficulty accessing the meeting.
Okay, are we almost at the end of the agenda? Do we have
We are,
more?
Mr.
We have
Chair.
more. So why don't we put number 13 at the end
Good.
and go right to item number 16. Los Tacos Hermanos, DBA Los Tacos Hermanos, 253 Washington Street. Requesting approval of a common victualler license. The proposed hours of operation, Monday, they will be closed, Tuesday through Sunday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Proposed number of indoor seats, 36. Is the applicant or their representative present?
Mr. Chair, I do believe so. If you would like to speak on behalf of this, there we go. You are unmuted on our end.
Hello.
Yes.
Galargueta. I see some user mistake in this paper because the original application is going to be closed on Sunday and keep it the hour Monday to Saturday.
Okay, Miguel. So on our agenda, we're showing you're closed Monday. That's incorrect.
That's incorrect. Yeah, we want to
Okay,
close
and
Sunday.
Sorry, you'll be closed Sunday
Yes, you're right.
and you'll be open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m.
That's right.
Great, we'll make the change here. Michael's made it for you. All right. Commissioner Allen, why don't you take over?
Yeah, absolutely. Are you taking over the existing business and rebranding it? Is this are you affiliated with the current restaurant at the location?
Yeah, I want to keep it the same team food. We want to make some change just the look, but it's going to keep all the same.
Okay, cool. No further questions.
Thank you very much, Commissioner Thomas.
No questions, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Miguel, 253 Washington Street. Is that in the middle of, no,
Plaza right here.
sorry. Where is that?
Tatiana.
It's in the middle of Union Square, down by Bronwyn. Yeah. Oh, that's the old,
Independent.
no, where's
Okay.
253 Washington Street? What is that? Is that a new signage?
That was as of a year ago.
And what's the name on that sign?
Oh, contact.
Picante.
Yeah, what's picante?
Ah, now I got it. You're taking over Picante's site.
Yeah.
Got it. Now I understand it. Thank you, Miguel. Okay, same seats as Picante, 36? Miguel?
Yeah, we're keeping the same. All the seats keeping the same.
All the same?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Okay, I have no other questions of the applicant. Anybody?
Okay.
Okay, Miguel, how long have you worked in the restaurant industry?
We want to start this street, but I was working the restaurant for around 10 years.
10 years. Okay, great. Thank you. No other questions? Commissioner Allen would like to.
Make a motion to approve.
Second that?
All those in favor?
Hey,
Aye.
Aye, all three commissioners in the affirmative. Miguel, congratulations. Welcome to Union Square.
Thank you. I'm appreciating.
Thank you very much. Let's go right back to item number 9. Sorry. No,
13.
13, thank you. Item number 13. Bow Street Charm Corps, DBA Fuki Japanese Cuisine, 16 Bow Street, requesting approval of a change of manager. The applicant present.
You are the applicant. Please raise your hand in the Zoom lobby. Mr. Chair, through you, I do not see any hands
I do
raised
not
on
recognize
this
any of the names up there either. So going once, going twice, Bow Street Charm Corps, Fuki Japanese Cuisine. Gentlemen, let's continue that till next month. Michael, I assume you'll be in touch.
Mr. Chair?
Thank you very much. Michael Potier, does that complete tonight's agenda?
Mr. Chair, it does.
And I want to say from item number 2, from the commissioners and myself, thank you very much, Michael, and to the city clerk's office for all of the work that you've done to keep our licenses correct.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you very much. Any other questions from the commissioners? But Commissioner Thomas would like to.
Make a motion to adjourn.
1 second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
This meeting is adjourned. Lieutenant Matakis, Captain Richardson, Michael Potier, thank you very much. See you all next month.